What's up, nerds? How is it going? It's Chris
and Joe
from Everything Nerdy, and in today's catch-up video, we're looking at all the big news from Marvel and DC. We're looking at some of the big stuff like Punisher coming back. I don't know, is he? And we're also looking at Aquaman number 2. Let's get into it.
And for this week's giveaway, we've got the brand new Flash 2021 annual. So if you want to be in with a chance of winning that, just comment down below something you liked about the video, or just a question you have, content you want to see from us, and you'll be entered into that giveaway.
So the first thing we're going to look at is all the DC news. DC have had an interesting week with the Flashpoint sort of adaptation with a new Flash movie been released. The whole image that came out with Michael Keaton's Batman with some blood on it, it was very similar to the Watchmen button with the blood on it from Flashpoint with Reverse Flash, all that stuff. Really, really cool. And the hype is growing, Joe, for this Flash movie, mate. Like, I was not all about it. Like, we spoke about the CW universe in a different video. And I've got to say, like, that Flash is still the Flash for me. The Justice League Flash isn't at the minute, but that doesn't mean he won't be. But for the time being, anyway, I'm quietly excited for it, but not too much because I know what DC does to films and characters, which is sad. But yeah, so Ben Affleck's in it, Michael Keaton's in it. I'm hoping for, maybe some Watchmen to sneak in. I don't even know too much about the Flashpoint storyline. But I do recognise that like iconic button with the blood on it. So I'm maybe Rorschach's gonna like sneak in, or Dr. Manhattan. Like, we don't even know. But well, yeah, it's just a little thing. I might spice up the DC universe a bit more. And speaking about things that make the DC universe less spicy, is the news that we had this week that Lego Batman 2 has been cancelled. Lego Batman genuinely is one of the best DC films out there. It's like the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse version of DC. Like, it's an animated film, but like you can just watch it over and over again. And they cancelled number 2, and I'm really sad. Like, I'm really sad about it.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen number 1. And
what?
I don't know, man. I think it's the Lego that makes me go, I get so much hate for this.
Look, mate, I promise you, go away. Just go away. No, I promise you, go away and watch Lego Movie 1. I haven't seen number 2. Lego Movie 1 and Lego Batman.
I've seen the Lego movie.
Lego Batman is hilarious, mate. Just everything. You just got to go see it. I'm really upset you haven't seen it. But don't worry, because none of us are going to see number 2. So it's been cancelled. But yeah, really sad about that. Pretty gutted, to be honest. It's literally one of my favourite films. I've even got my son to say Batman when it comes on. I know Lego Batman 2 is no more, but we do have DC's League of Super Pets coming out, and the cast has just been released. So Joe, I'm not sure if you've seen any of this, but I'm just going to read out the cast. This is who is going to be in this film. It's huge, right? So we have Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who is playing Black Adam as well. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is going to be in it, along with his sidekick Kevin Hart. We have Kate McKinnon, Vanessa Bayer, and John Krasinski, Diego Luna, Natasha Lyonne, and Keanu Reeves, mate.
That is such a crazy cast. Like, that is like all-star.
And I've never seen this concept before. Like, I don't really know what it is. I know what Crypto the Dog. I know, obviously, Crypto the Dog. Everyone knows Crypto the Dog. But I didn't know any of the characters and stuff. But I'm watching it. I'm in. I'm invested already.
So is this CGI, or is this live action, or is it animated?
It's CGI, because I don't think they're going to get Kevin Hart to dress up as a dog.
I wasn't expecting him to dress up as a dog, Chris. I was expecting like Lady in the Tramp style dog animation. You ever seen Lady in the Tramp?
Yeah, the animated version.
Oh, the live action one, mate. There's a live action one now.
Well, they got real dogs to eat spaghetti and meatballs, mate. That's cruel.
It's pretty cool.
No, I haven't seen that, mate. I only watched Lego Batman. It's the only film I actually watched.
But yeah, that sounds like an all-star cast. I love
Huge.
The Rock and Kevin because they're just mad together.
Yeah, they're a really good
casting.
combo. They're a really good combo. And now, on to Aquaman. Probably out of the whole of the Justice League, and like in the current Justice League like film format, Aquaman is my favourite. Batman is probably my favourite DC character, but I don't like him in the cinematic universe right now. So Jason Momoa comes in straight to steal that top spot, and the title for the Aquaman 2 film has been released, and it's The Lost Kingdom. No one knows anything else about it, but there was a picture tweeted out by the director, The Lost Kingdom, which is going to be cool. It's going to be exciting. I don't know what they're going to do with the film series because I don't know too much about the comics to do with Aquaman, but very, very exciting.
That's interesting.
And then lastly for me is the new Aquaman comic has been announced for September, which is showcasing a new Aquaman. Yeah, a new Aquaman. So
That doesn't sit well with me.
So Arthur Curry famously is Aquaman, but DC have released a new one called Jackson Hyde, and he's going to premiere his own solo series in September, and it looks pretty cool, as you can see. But honestly, like for someone who reads comics, it's exciting to start at the very beginning of a character's like superhero like journey. Like if I had the opportunity to read the first appearance of Arthur Curry, but like in live time, sort of week after week. Yeah, like experience that is going to be really, really cool. And so I'm going to pick up. I actually think it's called Aquaman: The Becoming is the full title. But yeah, the Jackson Hyde stuff, I'm definitely going to be reading it.
That's good.
I think it's going to be quite special. I think it's going to be special. It's also linked with Pride Month. I don't know why, but yeah, really looking forward to it. So that's going to be good. So that's all the DC news, mate. There's a lot of it. Initial reactions. What are you thinking? What's exciting you? What's not exciting you?
It's interesting, especially the stuff about the Aquaman, I say, because of the plural amount of news. Do you think there's any kind of link between a change in character in the comics to what will happen in Aquaman 2?
It's a great point. So from my understanding with comics as well, like a lot of the time, characters get a solo series. If they're related to the big boys, if they're related to, and the girls, if they're related to the big dogs, not the super pets, if they're related to like the big characters, then if they get like a solo series, that's kind of like a way for them to get in. So in Marvel is a good one. Silk has had 2 solo series, and now she's gotten her own TV series on. Whatever it's on, it's by Sony. So that's Silk. We've got Spider-Gwen, like America Chavez. We've got all of these sort of smaller characters coming through. So I think there's a good chance that we could see something to do with him. But then I feel like DC's in the early stages of its cinematic universe. Like Marvel have theirs over 10 years. DC must be... DC fans are definitely going to like have a go at me, but I think they've only just started the Justice League movie.
Because if I'm thinking of MCU, I can see... I've got the timeline in my head, I can see it. With DC, I couldn't see that, but it feels like they're just starting to get their stuff together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so it very easily could feature Jackson Hyde, but I wouldn't. I think that maybe if there's like an Aquaman 3, then that's where he'd come into it. But we'll see.
As much as it's been a big week for DC, it's been a big week for Marvel as well, because we've seen Jamila Jamil cast as Titania in She-Hulk, which is awesome. it's about time we had a She-Hulk series. I'm excited for this. It's a character that I was always confused about, because obviously you have Hulk, who's a bit more of like the brute one, but She-Hulk's a bit more kind of civilized in her Hulk form, isn't she?
Yeah, I mean, she's a lawyer, so she's big and green, but she is still like, I know she's not gonna be that subtle, but she is a lawyer and she has like an actual proper job, unlike Bruce Banner. No shade on Bruce Banner. He'd definitely take me in a fight, but
and it looks as if we're going to see Bruce in some capacity in it, because he's going to be in there as Professor Hulk, which is going to be really cool.
It's going to be really cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. And Mark Ruffalo's, I feel like he's a perfect Banner anyway. But even better that he's coming into She-Hulk. It'll be interesting to know how much he's going to be in it, because it's almost like a passing of the main mantle of being like a big part of Hulk. Like he's stepping back from the action hero Hulk, and he's going into like Professor Hulk. He's coming a bit more reserved, but it'll be interesting to know how much is in that. But Jamila Jamil's character, I think she got her powers from Doctor Doom, which is interesting. It's just going to be an interesting concept as a whole, really, I think.
Do you remember when we spoke about Phase 4? Mm-hmm. What phase are we in now? 5? No, this is Phase 4.
Phase 4.
Yeah, so we spoke about Phase 4, and I think I mentioned Doctor Doom.
Yes.
I think I mentioned Doctor Doom. So if this is pointing to Doctor Doom, I mean, I'm happy.
Like I said the other week, Marvel are the ultimate teaser company. Could we see these sprinkles of Doom? But something that excites me personally more than that is that we have a chance of seeing John Bernthal as the Punisher again. Because it's been reported that he's going to be in the Moon Knight series. What are your thoughts, Chris?
I'm emotional.
Like to thank your dad.
Yeah, just want to thank everyone involved. I want to thank John first and foremost for his involvement. I love Frank Castle as a character. I love Punisher. So any chance for Punisher to turn back up, especially in the MCU, is huge for me. The
article that editor Matt put in actually, that I thought was interesting, said that it could be a way of kind of like teasing the full Punisher return, just seeing if the interest still there, which obviously it will be, but it'll be interesting to see how heavy that is. Am I right in thinking that Punisher was introduced in the Daredevil series and then would have to have his own spin-off? So it could almost be a tiny bit like that again. Like he's got that little kind of he's in this series. He's a character in this series, part of the cast. But then it leads further to. It'll be interesting though to see if they just completely write off his life in the Netflix series. If this is to happen, do you get what I'm saying? Like, will we see him just playing? Yeah, just a complete rerun of it, or will he have recollection of what's come before?
He'll know.
I think so, for sure.
I think as well, if they put any character from the Netflix series, so like, you know, Punisher, Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, you know, any of those, then I think you have to accept that the rest of them are in that universe, because you can't just bring in that Punisher and then erase all his memories and go, there you go. I don't think it would work. But if you do include his memories, then you have to include those interactions with him and Daredevil.
You've got to think as well, from Marvel's perspective, why would they, if it was going to be a brand new Punisher in terms of his story, why would they bring in John Bernthal unless they're going to use John Bernthal's Punisher?
The only thing I'd say about that though is, Mahershala Ali, really hope got his name right there, but Mahershala Ali is playing Blade in 2023. He also played Cottonmouth in Luke Cage. And so I wonder how that would work. But maybe they do like a soft universe expansion, and they say, look, the main characters are in. We're not going to go into their backstory, but the main characters are in, and then scoop them in. I hope it's something like that.
That's interesting.
I hope it's something like that.
That's really interesting. It's going to be exciting to see how they do that. So that's really exciting news from the Marvel side. Yeah, I think it's been a big week in general, and there's loads of stuff we didn't talk about. But I'm just super excited. There's some good stuff here. I'm really sad about Lego Batman 2. But I'm less sad, but I might be sad once I watch.
You haven't seen it, mate. Watch number 1. But anyway, that's everything from us. Thank you so much for joining. If you enjoyed the video, please like it. If you want to see more of these videos, then hit subscribe. And if you want to join our giveaway, then drop a comment down below. But anything in this video, or if you want to ask us a question, or as Joe said, if you want us to talk about something, drop it all down in the comments. And we'll see you next time.